Canada has an artificial intelligence problem. RBC warns that, quote, the country is falling behind as global competitors race ahead in AI adoption. And RBC says the core challenge is a widespread inability among Canadian businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, to see AI as relevant or beneficial. Now, BCE unit Bell Canada aims to help fix that. The telecom giant and a business-focused AI company called Cohere, a Canadian company, have announced a strategic partnership to provide AI services for government and enterprise customers across Canada. We're joined by Mirko Bibic, who is President and CEO of BCE and Bell Canada. Great to see you, Mirko, as ever. And also Aidan Gomez, co-founder and CEO of Cohere. It's great to have you here. Two big names to kick us off. Mirko, just give us the quick and dirty. What is Bell doing in AI with this partnership with Cohere?
Yeah, so in May, we launched what's called Bell AI Fabric, and we said at the time that we wanted to be part of building the AI infrastructure in Canada, be part of Canada's AI ecosystem. And this is the next step in Bell AI Fabric. So it's not just about AI infrastructure, but it's combining that infrastructure that we are building with, frontier enterprise-grade large language models and AI tech that Cohere is building. So together we're coming together to really accelerate AI adoption in Canada, and we're really excited about the partnership. And it's not just about offering these services, full stack, turnkey AI solutions to Canadian government and enterprises. It's Bell fully embedding the Cohere tech within BCE and Bell Canada to drive better outcomes, for our customers, for our employees, and ultimately, for our shareholders too.
Aidan, it's great to have you here. You're a well-known name in AI. Cohere is probably the Canadian champion in AI right now. You're from Brighton, Ontario, beautiful part of the world. Just remind us, what is Cohere? You've teamed up with CoreWeave, and among other things, you're working on building a data center.
Yeah, so our first data center in Canada, we are building with CoreWeave, but we're super excited today about the partnership with Bell. Like Mirko was saying, I think there's two major bottlenecks to us getting this technology into the ecosystem. The first is the infrastructure. And so we need the compute on our soil in Canada so that we're not sending data abroad. And the second is making it easy for businesses to adopt. So turnkey solutions, the ability to spin this up and give it to your employees to make them more productive easily without having to be an AI expert. And so this partnership delivers both of those immediately.
Can you I know it's a complex area, Mirko, but will Bell be operating its own data centers, or how will that work?
That's right. So we're building a series of purpose-built AI data centers in the country, and designed to really essentially power the AI economy of the country. And so when you talk about purpose-built AI infrastructures, what you really need is clean power at scale. You need compute at scale, and you need dense fiber. So that's where Bell AI Fabric comes in. We have the power, the cooling, the buildings, obviously the fiber, and those will be embedded with the compute capacity. And then you combine that with the LLMs and the Cohere models, and now you've got yourself a full stack AI solution that we'll be adopting ourselves, but of course making available together with Cohere to our customers in an end-to-end bundled solution.
Aidan, remind us, what does full stack mean, please?
Full stack means the different layers that you need to actually interact with one of these models and have the agents do work on your behalf. So it starts with, Mirko was describing, you need power plugged into a building. Inside that building, you need chips and all the different networking in between those chips to turn it into a supercomputer. And then what's running on those chips is the software itself. It's these agents, these models, which you then deliver to the users so that they can ask it to go do work on their behalf.
Hence this term agentic that we hear a lot. Yeah. One other thing, sovereign is a word you use at least once in the news release. What does sovereign mean in this context, Mirko?
So in this context, what you want is, of course, you want the data to be resident in Canada and stay in Canada. You want those who control the networking to be Canadian owned and operated. And then you want those who run the facilities to be Canadian owned and Canadian owners, and of course who has access to the technology. So when you think about the fiber is Bell, the data will reside within Canada, owned and operated and controlled by Bell. the technology in this case is Cohere. Not only is it Canadian, but it's world leading, globally leading. It's the frontier LLM. So when you look at the full stack, it's all Canadian owned and operated and controlled.
Looking at this RBC study, which does warn that we need to adopt AI faster, they have an interesting case study here, though. Apparently at Bell Canada, the board, when they heard about GPT-4 in 2023, they got their skates on. They wanted to know immediately, what is this AI about?
Yeah, so we're already using AI quite extensively within Bell to power better customer outcomes. So when you, for example, when you call in, we're better able to determine right away, what's the issue about, why are you calling, and what we need to do to fix it. And then we serve up potential solutions for our customer service reps to engage with the customer about. So that's just an example of how we use AI. But adopting the Cohere tech within Bell will just make that even better, and giving the ability for all of our employees to create their own agents using the Cohere models.
Oh, their own agents.
Yes, to do their work and deliver better outcomes for our customers in a more efficient way. That's the superpower here for Bell, and of course what we want to offer together to our customers.
Because apparently Bell gets 50,000 calls every day. It's a reminder to me to be a little patient, perhaps. And but sometimes there's friction. People, the system is there's going to be system friction in any complex system like that. And the AI can analyze the calls and determine where agents were having trouble providing answers.
It's a perfect example. So AI helping the agent right away in real time to offer up the solution that's going to solve the problem immediately is one perfect example. And then AI being able to tell the customer service representative, we just analyzed your calls today. Here's what you did really well, and here's what you could have done better. Two examples of kind of the flip side of the same coin.
It's always a problem in any big corporation giving feedback to employees. Managers are busy, and this will be kind of automatic, I guess.
It's all about better customer outcomes, and to be able to use, to be able to use globally leading technology from right here at home is pretty exciting.
Aidan, just one bit of pushback I've heard is you are teaming up with Cohere, a US company. So can we, to build this data center, can we really be confident that data wouldn't leak down to the US by a back door?
I think we can be confident. That's our first data center. There will be many more that we hope to build. But certainly, CoreWeave is a very trusted partner of ours. They build incredible supercompute, and we're excited to partner with them. We don't expect any security issues. A core value prop of Cohere is the fact that our stuff can be completely privately deployed. So there's no data leakage. Data isn't in transit. It all stays in one place. And so we feel very confident that there's going to be no net new risk.
Before we go, Mirko, I know you're probably not completely on the front lines, but what feedback are you getting when Bell goes to companies or government agencies saying, hey, AI can help you? Are you getting reluctance, or are people maybe a bit scared because they've heard of the downside?
No, the momentum really is building, and particularly ever since we announced Bell AI Fabric in May, there's been a lot of inbound, and I can see it turning, and today's pretty exciting. I'm pumped about today. You've got a 145-year-old, young, iconic company in Bell, and a 6-year-old frontier, company in Cohere coming together. It's going to be pretty powerful, and Canada does need to be at the forefront of AI. If we talk a lot about the productivity gap and GDP growth, if we really want to basically overcome that productivity gap and get the economy growing, we need to harness as a country AI and AI infrastructure and the models that Cohere has built. We really do need to do that. And this is about building Canada ultimately. And this is for real. This is real, this is now, and it's available, and we should harness it.